Let's move on to another article here. Again, we were dealing with giant problems here, the big ones here, the whole entire world, capitalism, the whole entire thing, I guess, Michael. But let's talk about something I guess a little more funny, because this one's a funny one. So not that long ago, we had Congressman Mo Brooks saying that there is a war on whites. As a white person, Michael, I wasn't aware that there was a war on me, but apparently this congressman says that there is. You say that there's not. Tell us. I mean, I'm not feeling one. He says there is. You say there's not. Give us your take.
That was actually me just attempting to cover it up because I'm on the planning committee. And so I was just really upset with Mo Brooks for leaking that information, and I was scrambling to make sure that we could recover a little bit, but
he's the Edward Snowden in the war on whites.
Yes, cat's out of the bag. There's a war on whites. We are coming for you. It's over. It's a wrap. You guys are done. we are shutting down all of the Starbucks and everything, and we just.
Oh man.
Yeah. So as you can see, the concept is ridiculous, right? The idea that there's a war on whites is the reason to laugh. So for him to take this idea seriously, and he said it in the context of he's talking to Laura Ingraham, the radio show host, and talking about immigration and talking about how the Republican Party is losing Hispanic voters. And it being in part due to the Republican Party stance on immigration, which is basically ship every Mexican out of the country. And so, but he's saying that it's not an issue. It's not a racial issue. That has been concocted by the Democrats, specifically President Barack Obama, and that was part of his campaigning in 2008 and 2012. Was this dividing the country along the issue of race and gender and class, and in that if you were to think about this as a thoughtful issue instead of a racial one, which is more emotional, then most people would be on the side of Republicans because driving down wages and getting rid of jobs or losing jobs is an issue that all Americans can get behind. Well, yes, lost wages and lost jobs are a big issue that we all should get behind, but that has nothing to do with immigration. The numbers just do not bear out that immigration causes depression of wages and loss of jobs. That it just does not add up. Two, jobs are an issue of race. If you just look at the job numbers, you look at the unemployment numbers, whereby you can see an increase in jobs in the month of July, and yet the black unemployment rate goes up. You know what I mean? These are things that we have to talk about them and include race in all of our analysis, because race and racism is baked into the American system of inequality. I mean, it's the foundation of it. And so the idea that the war on whites is to talk about race, essentially, right? The problem is that you guys just keep talking about it, and you're using these things to divide others. It's when were we not divided along the issues of race in America? Point to one moment in our history where we have not been divided on this issue. But yeah, it's fundamentally ridiculous. And I get what he's trying to do in borrowing the language of war on women that was pretty effective, and try to then say there's a war on whites and galvanize white support, I guess. But if this is your outreach, if this is what counts as your outreach, to communities that do not traditionally vote Republican, then you are failing so hard. This is like in a few months ago, my friend Jamil Lemieux at ebony.com got into a thing with one of their communications directors, and Reince Priebus came after her job. And then BuzzFeed reported that he saw this as outreach. Like, the idea that he was trying to get a black journalist fired from a black publication was outreach to the black community. I'm like, where's the disconnect? How do you guys not see that that's just a failing strategy? What makes you think that you will win on this basis? I would like to sit in on some of their meetings when they come up with these strategies, because there's obviously no black people there. There are no Hispanic people there, and if they are, they must be the quietest people in the world. To just be like, to not just speak up and say, "Yeah, guys, that one's not going to work."
Well, it's also like, so let's do other things. I know, how could we reach out? Let's fight against raising the minimum wage. Let's see. Let's fight for corporate tax cuts. Let's fight for tax cuts for the rich. That's how we're going to reach out to minority communities. Those are our policies that we're going to embrace, and hopefully they're going to get behind getting paid less money and not being able to live from paycheck to paycheck here.
Yeah. No. Those are just unreasonable.
Yeah.
They're unreasonable. Those threaten freedom.
Yeah. I'm glad you confirmed that there is a war on whites. I always sort of suspected it, but I wasn't 100% sure. And you kind of get every now and then it's like the hair on my back of my neck stood up. It's like, somebody's talking about a war on whites right now. I know it. And I'm like, no, I'm just being paranoid here, but apparently it's true.
Oh yeah, there's a big takeover coming, and you've been warned.
We had a good run. It's well past time. We had our chance. We blew it.
All empires fall.
Absolutely. Well, Mychal Denzel Smith, writer for The Nation magazine, thenation.com. You can find him on Twitter at Mychal Smith. Mychal, as always, really, really great talking to you. And actually, we had something that, we actually ended, normally our conversations are really, really great, but also, unbelievably depressing. And the first part of this was depressing, but we actually had a conversation at the end that was actually fun, which is an accomplishment for both of us.
Let's do that more often.
Absolutely. Again, nation.com, on Twitter at Mychal Smith. Thanks so much for what you're doing, and thanks for being on the show again.
Thank you.